The state apparatus, as it operates in America, has been used almost since Columbus showed up on these shores to be a repressive power. This is how we had the genocide of the indigenous people here. The acts of brutality and genocide that was exercised against them was sanctioned by the state, and there was there's no punishment for the people who were brutalizing and murdering people of the native people in this country. The enslavement of people of African descent in this country was legalized. That was a state apparatus that functioned for hundreds of years. So the state has always used its criminalization process to control and destroy acts of dissent. If we look at the fugitive slave laws, if we look at the way slave rebellions were put down, there were over 750 slave rebellions in the United States, and the use of state force to come down and murder, lynch, and terrorize people of African descent for simply trying to gain their freedom was the norm in this country for many years. And as we've evolved over time, the methods have changed, but the intent has not. So if you look at civil rights activists, for instance, or people who even preceded that, if you look at Marcus Garvey, was incarcerated by the state when they couldn't get him on anything else. They went after him for tax violations. If you look at Fannie Lou Hamer, was beaten and jailed. Kwame Ture, then known as Stokely Carmichael, was incarcerated. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King was incarcerated. The practice of using criminalization and incarceration against movements is, as American as apple pie. During the 60s, you had the evolvement of a program called COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program by the FBI. And it was used first to go after leftist groups, specifically the Communist Party. But as J. Edgar Hoover became more and more incensed with the civil rights movement, he used it to go after Dr. Martin Luther King, various other black leaders, and focused with great intensity on the Black Panther Party, engaging in all manner of acts of illegality. And that illegality was eventually the subject of a congressional hearing led by Senator Frank Church, who was out of Utah, I believe, at the time, and found that virtually every act that was committed under COINTELPRO was illegal and unconstitutional. So what we've seen is an evolution of state repression through using the criminal and justice system, and nothing has changed.